Talking money and more of it. On to the Money Watch now. If you've been waiting to ask your boss for a raise, now may be the time. A new study shows nearly 40% of small and mid-sized businesses plan to increase salaries in the next 6 months, and that is the highest level in about 6 years. Noelle Cipollini with the Kavaliro staffing agency joins us now to talk more about it. Good morning, Noelle.
Good morning.
This is good news.
It's great news.
Hearing this, don't we?
Yeah, I mean it's really great, but it's tough, right? I mean, how do you go in asking for a raise? And so what I would suggest is the best way to really go about that is to prepare. I mean, don't just mention to your boss as you go grab a cup of water, buy the water cooler, right? Take that time, schedule a 30-minute meeting out of their calendar to really present your best self. It's very similar to even like prepping for like a job interview.
Sure.
Right? I mean, you really need to find out, what are you great at, and then where can you really show them how crucial you are to this organization, and really be prepared for any objections that they might have.
Well, let's talk about why employers are starting to do this, because for so long, at least during the recession and the tough years, at least over the last 5 years, it's been a bit of a struggle, and a lot of people have been getting used to the word no when it comes to asking for a raise. So why are employers offering raises now?
And I think it really allows them to really, really appreciate the workers that they had during those tough times. During those tough times, unfortunately, not as many employers were able to provide those raises. So now they're able to look back, reflect, and really show their appreciation towards their workers that really stuck through them, through the tough times.
So the economy's looking better.
Absolutely.
So hence the raises do follow with that. That's a positive. Yeah. So if you're not getting one, how should you go about asking for a raise? You mentioned a few things, sort of prepping for it, but I know it's kind of tricky in order to get it done right.
Right. And so definitely be tactful, but go in and again help prep like an interview. Go through what your responses would be. The more you say it, the more confident you'll be.
Do your research.
Exactly. So do your research. Be prepared. Have numbers. Have figures, and really be able to show the best you. And this is the time where results, accomplishments, your goals, everything that you met, bring it to the table, because your manager has a lot on their plate, and they might overlook everything that you do because A, what kind of worker are you, and B, you add a lot to this team and to this organization, and you really want to show that.
It's easy to get defensive too in these kinds of meetings because it's an emotional thing. You go in there asking for more money, you're not sure whether you're going to be rejected, and you're putting a lot on the line. So what advice do you have as far as going in there and avoid getting defensive in all of this?
Well, I mean, any great partnership requires compromise. So, don't just go in with an annual salary number figure. There's a whole bunch of different options you might be able to choose. Think about, do you really want additional pay time off? Can you think of other,
that's a good point.
Other options that might allow you to increase not just your base salary, but maybe additional stock options, profit sharing, maybe flexible work hours or remote from home options. Think about, other options so that you're really able to compromise and work with your manager.
That's a really great point, because oftentimes maybe we don't see it in the paycheck, but if we get an extra day off or whatnot. One last question for you. Should you really ask for more than you want?
I think so. And again, it really goes back to the compromise. I mean, maybe the annual salary is what you want, or maybe additional, more frequent, smaller quarterly bonuses, maybe a bigger annual bonus. Just be flexible. Show your management that, this is what you're worth, and how are you going to be able to compensate me for that.
All right, Noelle, thank you so much. Some good advice. Nice to see you. We'll send it on over to Weather. Brooks, you're getting